You've decided to visit South Korea for the first time? Smart choice, buddy. But here's the truth. Most people land in Seoul completely unprepared and spend their first 2 days just figuring out the basics. In this video, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know before you go, what to do the moment you land, the places most tourists miss, and a full week itinerary so you don't waste a single day. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about the paperwork. Citizens from over 100 countries, including the US, UK, Canada, and most of Europe, can enter South Korea visa-free for up to 90 days for tourism. However, as of 2024, South Korea introduced the K-ETA, the Korean Electronic Travel Authorization. This is an online pre-approval that you need to apply for before you fly. It costs around 10,000 Korean won, which is roughly $7 to $8 and takes anywhere from a few hours to up to 72 hours to process. Do not leave this to the last minute, okay? Now, for vaccinations, there are no mandatory vaccinations required to enter South Korea, but it's always recommended to be up to date on routine vaccines. And if you're coming from certain regions, check your country's government travel advisory for the latest guide. Now, onto currency. South Korea uses the Korean won, written as KRW, or that W that you see on the screen right now. At the time of filming, roughly 1,300 won equals $1. You'll find the best exchange rates at the airport's KEP Hanok counters or at local money exchange booths in Myeongdong, not at regular ATMs. Always carry some cash because some smaller restaurants and street food vendors often don't accept cards. Apps you absolutely need to download before you fly are Naver Maps. This is Korea's version of Google Maps and it's far more accurate for navigating local transit. Then Kakao for texts, Papago for translation since it handles Korean far better than Google Translate, and Coupang Eats if you'll be staying in an apartment or need food delivery. Also, download your airline app and take a screenshot of your accommodation address in Korean. It's a small thing that saves a huge stress when you arrive. Now, moving on to practical logistics. Getting around South Korea, especially Seoul, is generally one of the easiest experiences in the world. The public transport system is exceptional. The T-Money card, remember the T-Money card you got earlier? That one. It's your best friend. It's a rechargeable transit card that works on subways, on buses, and even some taxis. Pick one up at any convenience store, GS25, CU, or 7-Eleven right after you land. You can load it up with cash and tap in and out of every journey. It also gets you a small discount compared to paying individual fares. Your subway system covers virtually the entire city and runs from around 5:30 a.m. to midnight. It's clean, punctual, and almost everything's labeled in English. For intercity travel, the KTX high-speed rail connects Seoul to Busan in under 2.5 hours. Book KTX tickets in advance on the Korea website if you plan on traveling south. For taxis, Kakao is the standard app. It works like Uber and you can set your destination in English. Taxis are metered and generally affordable. A 20-minute ride in Seoul typically runs between 7,000 and 12,000 won. Accommodation. Budget travelers should look into guest houses and jjimjilbangs. More on those later. Mid-range options are plentiful in Hongdae, Myeongdong, and Incheon-dong. If you want a luxury experience, Gangnam is your area. A solid budget-friendly area for first-timers is Myeongdong. It's central, it's walkable, and close to major attractions. Now, on to the culture and the customs. South Korea has a deeply rooted culture, and understanding a few basics will make a huge difference in how locals receive you. Respect for elders is fundamental. If someone older pours you a drink, You receive it with two hands or with one hand supporting the other arm. Similarly, when giving or receiving anything, whether it's money, a card, or a gift, you use two hands, okay? It signals respect. Shoes off indoors. Many traditional restaurants, guest houses, and homes require you to remove your shoes at the entrance. Look for a step or a rack of shoes near the door. That's your cue. Tipping is not a thing in South Korea. In fact, it can come across as awkward or even offensive in some situations. The price on the menu is what you pay. No tip expected and no tip needed. Loud behavior in public is generally frowned upon, particularly on public transport. Keep your voice down on the subway. You will notice Koreans do the same. Dining etiquette. It's considered rude to start eating before the eldest person at the table. Don't stick your chopsticks upright in a bowl of rice. This resembles funeral rituals. And don't pour your own drink. Pour for others and they'll return the favor. Common mistakes first-timers make: trying to use Google Maps instead of Naver, not carrying cash, underestimating how much they'll walk, and forgetting to validate their return KTX ticket. Also, and this catches a lot of people off guard, many restaurants in Korea don't have an English menu, but they often have pictures. Point confidently and you'll be fine, baby. Now, for the first 24 hours, you've landed at Incheon International Airport, consistently ranked one of the best airports in the world. Here's exactly what to do. After clearing customs, head straight to the airport railway station on basement level 1. The AirEx Airport Railway Express connects directly to Seoul station in about 43 minutes for 9,500 won, or to Hanok University Station in about 53 minutes. This is the most efficient and cheapest way into the city. Before you board, stop at the T-Money counter and load your cash. Also, pick up a local SIM card or rent a pocket Wi-Fi from one of the booths near the arrivals hall. KT, SK Telecom, and Ole all have counters there. A local SIM for 7 to 10 days typically costs between 20,000 to 40,000 won and gives you unlimited data. Once you reach your accommodation, drop your bags, freshen up, and resist the urge to do too much on day one, especially if you've come long haul. A good approach for the first evening is a walk through your neighborhood, grabbing street food from a nearby Bukchon matcha, that's an outdoor street food store, and getting oriented before sleep. Now, must-do experiences. Now here's the part most travel guides get wrong. They tell you to visit Gyeongbokgung Palace and Namsan Tower, and yes, those are worth seeing. But South Korea has so much more to offer a first-time visitor. Bukchon Hanok Village. This neighborhood in central Seoul is a preserved collection of traditional Korean houses called Hanoks, dating back hundreds of years. Go early in the morning before the crowds arrive. The narrow alleyways and tiled rooftops are something you won't find anywhere else on earth. Ikseon-dong, just a short walk from Bukchon. This neighborhood has been beautifully restored and is filled with indie cafes, local restaurants, and small boutiques housed inside traditional Hanoks. It feels completely different from the modern Seoul most people picture. Then there's the Jimjilbang experience. This is a Korean public bathhouse and sauna, a cultural institution. The most famous one for visitors is Dragon Hill Spa in Yongsan. You pay a small entry fee, around 12,000 won, and you get access to a range of hot baths, cold baths, saunas, and communal rest areas. Many Koreans actually sleep here overnight. It's an experience that's completely unique to Korea and something you genuinely can't replicate anywhere else. You also have Noryangjin Fish Market. If you're up early, and we mean like 5 a.m. early, head to Noryangjin. This is Seoul's largest fish market, and you can buy fresh seafood directly from the vendors downstairs and take it upstairs to one of the restaurants to have it cooked for a small fee. Raw sea urchin, live octopus, grilled clams. This is as authentic as Korean food gets. Then there's the DMZ day trip. That demilitarized zone on the border between North and South Korea is one of the most surreal and historically significant places you can visit anywhere in the world. Several tour operators run day trips from Seoul. Book in advance because spots fill up really fast. You also have Jeju Island. If you have more than a week, take a short 1-hour flight from Gimpo or Incheon Airport to Jeju. This volcanic island off the southern coast has black sand beaches, hiking trails, waterfalls, and a culture distinct even from the mainland. Seongsan Ilchulbong Sunrise Peak is the iconic site worth waking up early for. Incheon Culture Village in Busan, often called the Santorini of Korea. This hillside neighborhood is painted in vivid colors and filled with art installations and small galleries. Busan itself is underrated. Most first-timers go straight to Seoul, but this coastal city has incredible beaches, the famous Jagalchi fish market, and incredible seafood. Here's a suggested 7-day itinerary for a first-time visitor. Day 1 is arrival and settling in. Get your SIM, load your T-Money card, explore your neighborhood, eat something local for dinner, keep it light. Day 2 is Central Seoul. Start at Gyeongbokgung Palace in the morning. Try to catch the guard-changing ceremony. Walk through Bukchon Hanok village, then head into Ikseon-dong for traditional crafts and tea. In the evening, head to Myeongdong for street food and shopping. Day 3 is modern Seoul. Explore Hongdae in the morning. This is the university district full of street performers, independent shops, and incredible cafes. In the afternoon, head to Gangnam, and walk the Garosigil Boulevard. Evening in Itaewon if you want international food options and a lively night scene. Day 4 is the DMZ and Noryangjin. Book a morning DMZ tour, return to Seoul in the afternoon, and end the day at Noryangjin Fish Market for dinner. Day 5 is a day trip to Suwon to see Hwaseong Fortress. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, just 30 minutes from Seoul by subway. It's often overlooked by tourists and completely worth the trip. Day 6 is Busan. Take the morning KTX. You will arrive in under 3 hours. Spend the day at Gamcheon Culture Village, Jagalchi Market, and Hoondae Beach. You can either return to Seoul the same evening or stay overnight in Busan. Day 7 is your final day in Seoul. Use this for anything you missed. More street food, last minute shopping in Dongdaemun, or simply sitting in a cafe in Ikseon-dong and reflecting on the week. Head to the airport with plenty of time. Incheon recommends arriving 3 hours before international departures. Now, the numbers. It's baby. South Korea is generally affordable if you're sensible about it. Here's a rough daily cost breakdown. Budget travelers staying in a guest house or jjimjilbang, eating street food and local restaurants using public transit, you can get by on roughly $40 to $60 per day. Mid-range travelers staying in a comfortable hotel, mixing street food with sit-down meals, occasional taxis here and there, budget around $100 to $150 per day. High-end travelers staying in a boutique hotel or luxury property, dining at upscale Korean restaurants, expect $200 to $300 or more per day. Things that are generally cheap in Korea are street food, public transport, convenience store meals at places like GS25 or CU, and traditional Korean restaurant. Things to watch your budget on: branded Korean skincare, high-end Korean barbecue restaurants, and anything in tourist-heavy areas like Myeongdong's main strip. And that is your complete first-timer's guide to South Korea. Let's do a quick recap. Sort your K-ETA and travel insurance before you fly. Get your T-Money card and SIM at the airport. Use Naver Maps, not Google. Respect local customs. Shoes off, 2 hands, no tipping. Don't skip the Jeonju, don't miss Busan. And if you can extend, get yourself to Jeju. If you found this video useful, subscribe. We are building out a full library of country guides exactly like this one. So you always have somewhere to turn before your next trip. Drop the country you want covered next in the comments below. Safe travels!